Greetings. Welcome to week 5 of test and measurement. And so, here we are, almost midway through the semester in test and measurement. And up to this point, we've talked about descriptive statistics. We talked about inferential statistics last week. And this week, we're going to talk about norm reference, reliability, and validity. And so up to this point, you guys have done a great job so far, in my opinion, based on the assessments. So this week, we're going to talk about the concepts of reliability and validity and identify and calculate reliability and validity and understand the relationship of reliability and validity. And so also going to evaluate, typical evidence of reliability and validity in human performance. And so reliability relates to the consistency or repeatability of an observation. So saying that to say this, the degree to which repeated measures of the same trait are reproduced under the same conditions. So last week when we did inferential statistics, we talked about an analysis of variance. So in a way, the analysis of variance is, doing a repeated measure and looking for variance in between variables. And so given the same methods, materials, and population, we should be able to reproduce the same results. And so let's say we're getting ready to test. We're ready to test flexibility. And so we're testing flexibility via sit and reach. And so we have the traditional sit and reach box where we have a touchpad that the test subjects will touch, and it will give out a measurement of their perceived flexibility. Or we could have a homemade box where we're doing the same sit and reach test, but we are calculating using a grader, so another subject, a human subject, to sit there and actually measure how far the test subject, did on the sit and reach. So that can be problematic. So we may not have rater reliability. So I may measure one thing, you may measure something else, and then the box may measure something else. And so that's what we're talking about with regard to reliability. And so with reliability, we're looking to establish a reliability rate for a particular measurement most times. So we're going to measure something. We want to make sure that we can get this measure every single time. So I like to also use the goniometer. So from a clinical standpoint, what I'm doing, I'm actually pulling up a clinometer app that I use on 1.82. And so if you guys can see this is a clinometer app, and it is measuring angles. And so I can use this as a goniometer if I was taking goniometric measurements. So and it was established. So initially it was frowned upon, using the clinometer app on your phone for that type of measurement. And then it became somewhat of a gold standard because of reliability tests. So you're also looking at, consistency, dependability, stability, and precision. So validity, on the other hand, is going to be the degree of truthfulness of a test score. So depending on two characteristics, reliability and relevance. So relevance is the degree to which the test pertains to the objectives. So let's say I was testing upper body strength and I wanted to use the push-up. Okay, so we could argue. So while we may establish criteria for the push-up and what constitutes as a push-up. So push-up in this sense is going to be breaking the 90-degree angle, um, and so we can establish that as a push-up, um, and and we can establish that there's no rest in between repetitions. As soon as there's rest, that the uh, evaluation is over. So we can establish that as the criteria for the push-up. However, and we can have individual raters rate those push-ups and count them, and that can be a reliable way to track the push-up. But is the push-up um, the best test for me to test upper body strength, or is it the best test for me to test upper body endurance? So that would be the question where, while it's reliable, it's not a valid measurement for that particular objective. So I hope that makes sense for everybody. Um, and so um, objectivity comes into play. So it's a special type of reliability known as inter-rater reliability. And so the inter-rater reliability, that's my measurement compared to your measurement. Um, so I may measure something and I may measure it the same way every single time, but it differs from your measurement because you measure it the same way every time. And our measurement standards may not be the same. So objective tests, multiple choice, differ from subjective tests, an essay, in that they are less biased and not easily influenced regardless of the rater. So if I give you a multiple choice test, which is what I give you objective assessments, mostly in this course, with the exception of the discussion boards. So that it gives me an objective view of what you are learning, throughout the course. Subjectively, I can assess your learning on the discussion board by asking you a question to see how you answer it. So there will be a little bit of a standard in terms of what I'm asking for and you answering that particular question, but how you develop it is subjective, to you as an individual. And so because this is a statistics course, I tend to lean more toward the objective measurements because numbers are numbers and they are not subjective. So in that sense, numbers don't lie. So if we remember, that cliche, in that television show. So that's what we're looking at. So how do we measure reliability? The Pearson product moment correlation coefficient that we talked about in, I believe that was chapter 4, is used to provide evidence of a test reliability. So observed error and true scores are theoretical concepts that will help you understand the concept of reliability. So that's kind of an overview of what we're going to be talking about this week. And as you go through the PowerPoints and as you go through the chapter to do your weekly quiz, keep in mind the things that we have discussed up to this point, and also, begin to, formulate a thought process as to how we can use these statistics in kinesiology, in health and human performance. So that's all I have. Keep yourself safe this week, as you have up to this point, and don't hesitate to reach out to me. Wear a mask. Keep your family safe, keep yourself safe, and God bless.